Yes, Tom, we were talking about before the aurora that it seems like nobody saw, but in terms of other weather, kind of earthly stuff, we had a 3.6 magnitude earthquake near Port Pirie yesterday about 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, I did see that.
So, yeah, rocked the beds a little bit there. Jamestown, Port Broughton and Peterborough as well experienced some seismic activity where people could kind of feel it around there.
Yeah, there you go.
In other news, TV world, don't know if you saw this, but this guy's just off the rails. He is unhinged. What a fall from grace. But Andrew O'Keefe,
Oh, jeez.
over the weekend, suspected heroin overdose.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then from there,
Christ.
he'd recovered, and then they'd found a bunch of drugs in his car pretty much, arrested him from there because he was breaching bail. And from there, yeah, just found drug possession, things like that. So he is under a lot of fire at the moment. Of course, his previous charges were quite hefty with assault and things like that. But yeah, he's obviously just off the rails a bit.
Yeah, massive fall from grace from
Big
Andrew
time.
O'Keefe.
And in good TV news, Tom, something we can celebrate here in Australia, Elizabeth Debicki has won an Emmy for a role as Princess Diana in The Crown.
Fantastic.
So congrats to her, doing the Aussies proud. She is smashing it in the TV world over in the Emmys, which we'll get to in a sec after the news because there was something pretty funny that happened.
As you get older in life, most people develop a filter, right? You know, they know when it's appropriate or inappropriate to say something in certain situations. But like I said, it's something that develops over time. And when you're younger, there's that sweet spot where kids just say things before they speak. Before they say it. Yeah. And I think it's possibly one of the funniest things hearing a kid destroy an adult with a single sentence.
And it's, you know, they've got such a leeway because it's not like the adult's going to turn around and blast the kid for what they say. They know they've got no filters, so they've got to get out of jail free card.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that sweet spot in life. And it happened to our mate the other day. So I'll paint a picture for you. She was walking her two dogs and she's got very long hair. She's got it tied up in a ponytail.
Yep.
She's wearing fitness gear and there's a little boy behind her that's within earshot, says it kind of loudly because, once again, kids don't know how to regulate volume. And she goes, the kid goes to his mum, "Mummy, why does that man have two dogs?"
Yeah. And
why does that man have two dogs?
And that's when it hits. Did that boy just call me a man? And, you know, our friend who this happened to, when she told us the story, she referred to the kid as a little jerk and some other profanity.
Well, the best part is our mate that was walking the dogs, she turned around to look at this kid and the mum, and there was no apology or anything. They both just kind of smiled at her and laughed a little bit.
It seems like a weird one. Like, what's the mum going to do? Turn around and be like, sorry. I guess you just keep walking and just pace off as quick as you can. You realise your kid's stuffed up.
You take a detour.
Let's go.
You turn direction straight away.
It's also particularly funny because it's a little sideswipe, but also just unnecessary. Like, why is the kid even fascinated by the fact that there's two dogs? You know, why does the question have to lie there anyway? And then throw in the mix this insult being, oh, that man over there.
So I want to go to the phones here, Callum. What's the most savage thing a kid said? What did the kid say to you? Or did your kid say something to someone? Or did you just hear a kid saying something to someone? What's the most savage thing you've heard the kid say?
It's terrible. And it must be so awkward for a parent to sit there and listen to your kid babble some insult at someone who doesn't deserve it. I remember my mum had a personal trainer and I said to the personal trainer lady, I was like, "You've got a big nose." For no reason. Got this text here though, kicking us off. It's a great one from Andrew in Parafield. He said, "I was with my two girls in Coles and my daughter says to me, 'Daddy, why is that lady so fat?'" The large lady was almost standing next to us. Yeah, huge one.
Oh, that would be so embarrassing.
You just be like, "They're not my kids.
Yeah.
They're not. They're adopted."
Got another text come through here. Also at the grocery shop saying, "Was doing the grocery shop with my son and he said to me, 'Mum, what is that? What is all on his face?' It was a poor kid doing checkout with an acne breakout.
Yeah, it seems like online shopping is the go.
Yeah.
Don't want to bring your kids around the supermarket. That's where they're going to start bullying other adults.
I mean, the other thing is, if that's a teenager working there, that would just destroy the confidence.
Crush them.
Yeah, big time.
Morning, boys. I saw a young couple kiss and shouted, "Ooh, why are they doing that? They're yucky." Had the most uncomfortable eye contact after that.
Yeah, my lad.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not him. As an adult.
Another text here. My brother, aged 4, told my great-gran, "You look so old, you look half dead."
Wow.
Jeez.
To the gran as well.
The great-grandma.
That's horrible.
Poor woman.
Yeah. My daughter had a boy at kindy who would tease her. I told her to ignore him and said he sounds like a poo head.
Jeez.
The next day, a drop-off in front of all the parents, she walked up to the boy and said, "My mummy says you're a poo head." Absolutely mortifying from Sharon. Yeah, okay, taking the parents' advice a little too literally. And then it gets into an altercation with the other parents.
Yeah, Sharon, you've got to be careful what you say to the kids because they will repeat
They'll take
it
it for gospel, for sure.
Hey, Chrissy's texted in here saying, "Made the mistake of taking my 6-year-old son to one of my pedicures. Heaps of feet around. He said pretty vocally, 'Why are all these old ladies' feet so wrinkly and gross?'"
Once again, not want to hear if you want some pampering. Seems like don't take your kids to the supermarkets.
Just
pedicure.
leave them at home.
Just, yeah.
Get the babysitter.
Kids are just better for being at home, right? Saw this one here. Saw a girl in pajamas and messy hair filling up petrol. My daughter shouted out, "Look at that girl," and laughed at maniacally. Maniacally, yeah. Jeez. Look, just keep the kids at home, I reckon.
Yeah.
Very exciting. In the TV world, we were just talking before about the Emmys. So
Yes.
the Emmys, pretty much the Oscars of the TV world over in America. And there was some big names there, of course. Australian Elizabeth Debicki won an Emmy for being Princess Diana in the final season of The Crown. So she has smashed it there. Great show.
I'll tell you what, she dead ringer too.
Dead ringer. Yeah, looks like her.
Looks exactly like her in the show.
Yeah, unreal stuff. So really good reviews there. Jessica Gunning won Best Supporting Actress for Baby Reindeer. If you don't remember that, that's the Stalker one that was based on a true story. Got a lot of heat, controversy, because it turned out it was based on a real person that was stalking a comedian in particular.
Yes, and then Jessica Gunning, who played Martha in the show, during her acceptance speech, gave a shout out to the real life Martha.
Yeah, interesting move, isn't it? Because usually you go for your family and friends to turn around and say, "Hey, thanks to the
stalker,
the real life stalker who committed a lot of crimes." It was very controversial. Thanks to her for the inspiration. So that was an interesting one. Shogun won award for Best Drama.
Yep.
It's a big one. The Bear racked up a few. So yeah, there was all different stuff. But I have to say, one of the big notable moments, there always has to be one notable moment at these awards that's just a bit awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Something always happens.
It's always or a wardrobe malfunction or a speech, and this year it was a bit of an awkward speech. It was John Oliver who does the Last Week Tonight talk show.
Yeah.
And that actually took the award off Saturday Night Live out of the talk show kind of sphere and stuff. So he was doing his award presentation for that,
Acceptance
right?
speech, yeah.
Yeah. Starts talking about his dog who's died. So he's racked up so many awards that he's gone through the family, the friends, and now he wants to do a really sentimental speech about his dog until the music cuts him off.
I also want to thank, this is going to be very silly, our dog. We had the most fantastic dog. We had to say goodbye to her. And
It's a bit stiff, isn't it?
That's him being kicked off. Who is paneling this thing?
Yeah,
I feel like this happens
sorry, John,
every...
time, mate. You need to get off. Like, give the bloke a few more seconds. Give him a couple of minutes.
It happens every year, and it's the equivalent of one of those big canes sliding you off the stage and pulling you off, except it's some jerk pressing a button, kicking you off with music.
Callum, got to give a shout out to the Goodwood Saints Football Club over the weekend, winning B grade and C grade premierships in Div 2.
Smashed it.
A couple of our mates play out there, so I went and watched them play, and went back later to their club rooms to sort of carry on a bit of the partying with them. And I was playing a game of...
It sounded like the most subtle way to say it was a big one, but yeah.
I was playing a game of pool with the B grade coach.
Yeah.
And we decided, let's make it a bit interesting, this game of pool.
Chuck a bet on.
Yeah, chuck a bet on. But of course, we like to gamble responsibly here. So there was no money involved. What we did is we bet underwear.
Right.
The underwear that we were both wearing, and
So used undies.
the current pair of underwear that was being worn. That was the bet that was on the table.
Yeah.
So played the game of pool, and I got absolutely rinsed.
Right,
I think
okay,
I got
so-
2 balls in, and I lost my pair of underwear.
Usually, pool sharks will prey on someone in a pub to, score a quick $20.
Yeah,
but
or a free beer or something.
This person has used his expertise to wrangle a pair of underwear
Yeah.
that's used. It's
Yeah.
an old one.
I mean, my good old pair of step ones too.
They're not cheap.
So what happened is the game finished. I was mortified. I was in shock.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to go the whole night without
Commando?
underwear. And he says to me, I don't want your underwear right now, but when I ask for them, you're going to have to give them to me. It might be in an hour's time. It could be months down the track.
Yeah,
But he's like, don't forget this moment.
Right. Do you think he'll savour it for some obscure time, like you're both at a water park together and you've had to just wear undies only?
I don't know when it's going to be.
Before you go down the slip and slide, I want your undies now.
Don't know
You're
when
like, please
it's
no,
gonna be,
not
but
in public.
I'm not looking forward to it. But what I do want to do is go to the text line. What did you lose in a bet, Adelaide? What's the
Right.
worst thing you lost in a bet? Can anyone beat me with losing your pair of underwear?
Has he tried to claim it already?
No.
Or not yet?
No.
So he's still holding on to it.
Holding on to it,
Okay.
yeah.
That's scary.
It's a worrying time in my life,
No, it
to be
is.
honest.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to get this call up.
Yeah. I think obviously this is a bit of an obscure one. You hear stories about betting not only, yes, of course, responsibly with money, but also, I mean, can I have your car for a week? Something like that. Or, can I have your Xbox? There surely is a lot of things that you're betting on that go under the radar a bit.
Somebody's texted in saying, I had to hand over my Tinder profile for a day. When I got it back, I had less matches. I don't know what the hell they did.
I wouldn't even want to know. You're just looking through the messages, just seeing how your social reputation has just declined by your jerk mate messaging people.
You'd be deleting that profile.
just
moving off the
ignore
hinge.
it. Lost a bet that I could beat my friend in a rap battle. Had to shave my eyebrows off from Nick.
Yeah.
You won't be rocking up to a rap battle with no eyebrows either. I think you're out of that scene for good.
Here's one. I lost a bet and the girl who was into emo stuff asked for my baby teeth.
Wow.
I still don't know why, but I'm worried.
Yeah, never.
I don't know if I'd want to put my baby teeth up. That's strange.
Absolutely not.
That's very strange.
No, never make a bet with an emo girl, sounds like. Arm wrestling comp with my mate. He won my tuxedo for a week. Didn't need it for an event, just wanted to wear it around the house from Max. Imagine that, getting your tuxedo. What, the friend just wants to watch TV, lays about eating a burger in the tuxedo.
I couldn't think of anything more uncomfortable than wearing a tux just around the house.
It just seems like a spiteful move that you're just going to send them pictures of you doing, I don't know, lawn mowing or something.
Somebody else texted in here. Worst thing I lost in a bet was a lock of my hair. They picked the part to cut off. I ended up having to rock a buzz cut because it looked that wonky.
See, that's the risk, I guess. Say you give the razor to someone, they've got it in their hands. They really have the opportunity to screw you over.
I guess if someone was cutting off my hair, I'd say like sides or back. You wouldn't want the front, would you?
No, because then you're going to have to get rid of it. It's probably what happened. From Alex here, had a bet going on at the office. This one's insane. Had a bet going on at the office, and the loser had to walk around for the rest of the week in a banana costume. I was the loser.
Jeez. I wonder how the boss thought about that.
Yeah, surely the boss isn't entertaining.
Come on, mate.
So
That's
this
not
is
professional.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Did the banana outfit have a suit on? Or
You'd rather the eyebrows shaved like the other bloke.
And to wrap things up, somebody wanted my pet snake. Had to talk them down to only having slithers for a week.
God, you can just get rid of the snake.
Slithers the snake.
I'd be happy to get rid of my pet snake. Don't need it.
Footy.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Footy.
You're gonna have to speak up.
Footy.
Hoodie? Cookie? Missouri? What are you saying?
It's footy. Mouthful of SANFL with Tom and Callum on Fresh 92.7.
That's right, Callum. It is time for our favourite game, a mouthful of SANFL. The way this works is we cram marshmallows into our mouths. Each day we take turns and then we say a footy-related term. If you can guess what we're saying with all this stuff in our mouth, then you and a mate get to come along to the SANFL Grand Final in the exclusive Fresh 92.7 box this Sunday to watch Glenelg take on the Redlegs.
It's a great prize with DJs, food, drinks, so you get the ultimate package to watch the footy with your mate.
Plus, the Grand Final after party in the McGarry Room with the Lunar Society, known for their tune Electric Blue, and Fresh's very own Lazen from the Vibe Friday nights.
So definitely one you don't want to miss. Now, as you said, the way the game works, we stuff our face with marshmallows, try and say a word, you guess it, you win the tickets. It's that easy, right?
Yeah.
However, it is not that easy today. We're in a little bit of a predicament.
Now, we've been using the same bag of marshmallows since we started the game last Monday. And of course, all great things come to an end. But some things come to an end prematurely.
Yes.
Some little rat thief has been eating our marshmallows, and now there are only 2 left. So what's the substitute today?
So because there's only 2 marshmallows left, of course, you'll be able to hear what I'm saying.
Be too easy.
It'd be way too easy. I've had to confiscate some crackers.
Some contraband.
From one of our producers, Steph. So
which I think is going to be way worse than marshmallows.
Corn Thins original crackers. They're like big. Yeah, they're just. I thought the marshmallows were getting dry. These look like chalkboard. I don't know. These are disgusting.
Yeah, it's going to be tough,
hard,
mate.
So
You've got water on hand.
Yeah.
So without further ado, chuck those corn thins in your mouth and start. Okay, mate. Like, that's a bit dramatic. Just take your time with it. Hey, there's plenty of things you can do at the SANFL Grand Final as well. It's a family-friendly event, so bring the kids along. You've got the kids zones there. On top of that, the first 250 people into the pop-up wine bar will get a free glass of Serafino. So plenty to do for the kids, plenty to do for the adults. You can get your tickets now at Ticketek, all thanks to Host Plus SANFL League Final Series, or you can win that double chance spot with us into the Fresh 92.7 exclusive box. Callum has the corn thins in his mouth, mate. Take it away.
Wolville West Forest. Wolville West Forest.
All right, Fresh fam, give us a buzz. Let's head over to Ross Trevor. We got Deb on the line. G'day, Deb. How you going?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Very good.
Very well. Now, Deb, do you follow the SANFL? Do you barrack for a team?
Yes, go Redlegs.
Redlegs.
Go the Redlegs.
Yes, exactly.
UBUT, Deb.
Exactly right. Now, Deb, have you been to one of the SANFL Grand Finals before? Are you a pretty loyal fan that's been to, say, the Redlegs when they won the Grand Final a few years back, I think?
My husband's.
You haven't? Yeah.
He goes all the time.
Oh, you
good
beauty.
stuff.
I go sometimes as well.
Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
Deb, hopefully you can score an invite for you and a mate to come along into the exclusive Fresh 92.7 box. Who would you bring with you if you get the word correct?
Definitely my husband.
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to have to.
You beauty. Well, Deb, what do you think this word was?
Wolville West Forest.
Woodville, West Torrens.
You know what? It sounds a little bit like it. I would say today was actually a bit easier, Tom.
Yeah, maybe the
I reckon-
marshmallows are tougher than the corn
Yeah, I
thins.
reckon Deb could be on the right track here.
Deb, we can let you know. You bang on the money. You're
Yeah,
coming along
Deb.
to the Fresh box.
Grand Final, baby!
Oh, thank you.
No worries, Deb. How good is that? You and your husband will be joining us in the Fresh 92.7 exclusive box next to the old scoreboard by the hill there this Sunday to watch our
Thank you.
team, the Redlegs, take on Glenelg.
My husband in the background.
Yep, Deb, when the Redlegs win this week, we better see you at the Grand Final after party as well. You better be there.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good on you, Deb. Callum, showering just got a hell of a lot easier. If you wake up late and miss your morning shower, no worries.
No worries, you say.
Yeah, if you work late, get home, fall asleep, missing your nighttime shower, no worries.
All right, well, this takes a lot of stress off. I mean, the amount of times, you get home from work, it's late at night, you don't want to have to do it, then you do, it's cold, you come out dripping wet. So
Yeah.
if there's a reason not to do this, that's great.
Well, experts are claiming that daily showers are more of a performative act and we should be washing a lot less. An environmentalist has spent time with an indigenous tribe in the Amazon. He's gone from showering daily to once a week and finally to once a month.
Well, so going in with the tribe in the Amazon and just saying, hey, I like what you're doing.
Yeah, I can get around this.
This is great.
He said each day he would still have a daily sink-based washing his clothes, with just a singular cup of water. So always
Yeah.
clean clothes. But no, showering once a month.
This, when they say, so this person's gone to the tribe, come back, done this study, done all these things, go into news outlets and stuff, and they say that showering is performative. Is that just to say that you're doing it to just impress people in modern society and that it's just more what we do as a part of a system?
Yeah, so basically they have said that it's performative in the sense that people are just terrified of being told that they smell.
Oh, all the time.
And stuff like that. So you wash yourself and bathe yourself daily as a performative act to make sure, you don't smell. But, at first glance, this does sound horrible. In fact, it sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Sounds like you would smell. And it sounds like it really wouldn't benefit your skin either.
No.
But a dermatologist, Dr. Julie Russack from Manhattan, has told credible source in New York Post that people in their profession actually don't recommend daily showers, saying average bath soaps actually removes and destroys the skin's microbiome, which is extremely important in overall health of the body. And in 2020, physician James Hamblin even went as far as writing a book on why he decided to stop showering daily.
Who writes a book on that? I wouldn't want my name attached to
No,
a
you
book.
wouldn't, would you?
Why I stopped showering, the autobiography from a smelly man. I'm not putting my name attached to that.
I mean, there's even some notable celebrities who have gone on the record to say they don't shower daily. That includes the likes of Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Ashton Kutcher in 2021 even said he only washes his armpits and nether regions when he does wash, and he does nothing else part of the time.
I would hate to be that level of fame where one thing slips out of my mouth and people don't forget it.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher's sitting there being like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Why did I say don't shower?
But yeah, they're saying it's actually very good for skin health not to wash daily. But I don't know about you, I'm not taking this advice.
Well, it's one of those... because you shower every day. You've learned that since a kid. It's something I don't want to break the habit, right?
I'm happy to cut 2 showers a day. I'm fine with that. I'll go down to 1 shower a day, but I'm showering daily.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't want to go to a dermatologist and look at them across the counter and
They're like,
what are
geez,
you doing?
When's the last time you bathed?
showered?
You stink.